It has been more than 2.5 million years since the first tool-making man walked on this planet. The amount of scientific advancement that has happened since then is tremendous. We usually assume that with improvement in technology, there will be a significant improvement in our lifespan. In fact, there is no doubt about it. We have developed many advanced medical treatments to cure ailments of a very broad spectrum. But there exists one disease that is as old as the kingdom Animalia itself. In fact, except for few animals, almost all others, including us, are affected by it. The irony is, the longer we live, the larger the chance of we getting affected by it. I'll give you a few seconds if you want to make a guess. One clue, I'm not talking about diabetes. Diabetes is comparatively a younger one. It's okay if you cannot guess. It's cancer. Hi, I am Sharat and welcome to this episode of Free to Remain Human. The book for today's episode is The Emperor of All Maladies by Siddhartha Mukherjee. This is a 2011 Pulitzer Prize winning book. Even before I started reading, the tagline of the book caught my attention. It said, The Biography of Cancer. If you are wondering what history can a disease have, this book gives you an idea. This is not like other books where, the author reads articles, interviews other people and just writes them without experiencing things firsthand. I'm not saying they are bad. This book is way different from those times. I personally felt that the author, who is actually an oncologist, has put his entire career's experience to help readers understand the severity and suffering surrounding cancer. I'll deviate a little here. I'll try to briefly explain what cancer is. We know that there are millions of cells in our body and they continuously undergo cell division. What happens is, during those cell divisions, sometimes the cells make mistake in replicating the genetic materials. When we are young, which means when cells are young, some mechanisms helps in correcting those mistakes. But eventually, these mistakes start accumulating and on one fine day, they continuously alter the cell in a specific region. We call this alteration mutation. But what makes it deadly is, by the time we identify that mutation, it's already too late. Many organs would have become victims of these cells. They start behaving like a new organism. They start stealing our resources and they only stop when we stop. Now, coming back to the review, the main goal of the author is to make people like you and me know more about cancer. The narration starts with a case of a leukemia, the most studied cancer of all time. Keeping this as a base, he takes us through the history of cancer, how humanity came to know about cancer, and different theories that explain the origin of cancer. Somewhere I felt that this book was somewhat similar to the code book. In that book, Simon Singh shed light on a tough competition between encryption and decryption technologies. Like whenever a new encryption algorithm was identified, people tried to break it. And again, when the world came to know that the algorithm was of no use, the new one had arrived. Even here, when doctors and researchers tried to understand the behavior of cancer and find a cure, something new was given out by the cancer cells. It is like as if the cancer cells are continuously monitoring our scientific progress and they are mocking us by revealing something new every time. This book is written keeping in mind the non-medical people, but you should be at least be in your high school to properly understand the intention and the seriousness of the situation he is trying to explain. There are a lot of things you'll come to know, like different drugs discovered and created, many effective methods of treating cancer, why cancer is so hard to cure, the importance of unbiased medical trials, etc. This book was first published in 2011, so you may not be able to know the developments in cancer medicine in past 10 years. Other than that, this is a must-read book for someone who wants to know more about cancer. So yeah, I hope this will be your next book. Happy reading.